So, let's watch the Silent Hill 2 remake trailer and let's just talk about bits and pieces.
Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. Is she really alive?
They're really giving him a deeper, more gravelled voice.
What is this?
I don't know why, but this bit reminds me more of Silent Hill 1 than Silent Hill 2.
Hey, wait.
Okay, so like, that piece of music there is taken almost straight out of the original. If they have made any changes to it, it's really difficult to perceive with all the other, like, ambient stuff going on. But I think something that's... it doesn't belong in here. Like, it doesn't feel like this is the place to be using that. Like, I can only imagine... I guess it's sort of like repetitive listening of this thing, but I can only really imagine that being played on, like, the set of stairs that it's from. Kind of feels like the music for the original game doesn't fit in with this. Well, they've certainly made the combat more of a thing. I remember people were complaining before about how the way things sounded, but listen to this again. Like, I guess because the nails in it, you could argue, is a reason why that sounds like that. I don't think that's bad, but this is a bit... I remember I've seen this bit. I've watched this whole thing earlier, but I was hoping seeing it a bigger screen would help. Was there a prompt there for that? Was there a prompt? Or can you just see it? Oh, you can just see it in there. Okay. I would never think to look in there for that. Nutrition supplement. For adults only. The thing is, I like the idea of where you can just go in there and break something to get it. I like that. But I don't like the way he just holds it afterwards, staring at it like, They've got like a quick menu? They do, they've got a quick menu, I see.
Where are you, Mary?
I'd rather it just had like a full-on immersion stopping moment where it goes straight into the menu, because that's really like one of the only breaks you ever get in this game. Okay, that's something. Wait a second. Don't glaze over that. Go back. Wow, okay. That's a lot gorier than I remember from the original, but because the blood was always black, if I remember correctly, in the original, which is really weird. This just looks like it's been destroyed. Oh, Neely's bar. Cool. I like that thing, but I feel like I won't like that. If you're reading this, leave. This place is not what it seems. There is another side to it hidden behind the rest. Thin as paper. Sometimes you need to look behind. Is that from the original? I swear that's not from the original. Honestly, throughout, through the course of history now, I feel like most people are going to understand the twist to Silent Hill.
What you got there?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait!
I like the voice actor for her, but I don't like the voice actor for James very much.
You know her name.
Where did she go?
So this is something that I kind of thought about earlier, is that One of the things, obviously, besides the cutscenes, like, Maria used to just sort of stand there. Like, she never did anything, she barely interacted with anything that you did besides the cutscenes. And it's kind of weird, but I enjoyed that to a degree because it really felt, like, strange. It was really, like, her motions and the way that she just, you know, robotically stared at you was, like, unnerving. And, like, I didn't like spending time with her, Maria, because she was, honestly, she was creepy. Like, I didn't like that. But, like, her acting like a normal person walking around looking at things is less of a big deal to me. Wait a second, is that the exact... It's pretty... No, it's not, is it? No, it's not similar at all. Guess it doesn't matter, but, like... They can design it however they want. Maybe it's just the video and stuff as well, but like it's really hard to appreciate certain things. I feel like it's gonna play like Homecoming. But I do really like that you can keep on hitting it after it's dead. Like that's satisfying. That's always good in a horror game. This feels like more post-apocalyptic than I feel like the actual game does. Because there were so many places in Silent Hill in the actual game that weren't this rundown at all. Like, this happening in someone's room is like, okay, bizarre. But like, it felt like a lot of actual apartments and stuff in Silent Hill 2 didn't really feel like this rundown. Maybe it's just sort of to emphasize the point or something, but But yeah, okay, so like they move over to look at this, but how would you ever notice that that's in there? I mean, maybe if you didn't know that that was a thing the first time, I'm not sure that anybody else would bother to try and like break into the back of that to try and find out.
Where are you, Mary?
You know, unless you happened to be behind it and saw. I gotta be honest, I think the most jarring parts of this are still the way that it sort of... The music feels so familiar, but it's like backing something else. You know, the music doesn't feel like it fits the game anymore.
You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey! Wait.
What?
How do you know her name?
I don't know what it is, but he sounds like Fry from Futurama in that point. I vaguely remember like not liking coming into the hospital to begin with because it was really dark in comparison, but it doesn't really seem that dark at all. Is that? No way that's fucking fun. Hang on, really? There's no way that's actually in the thing, right? That's not actually in the original game. I feel I would have noticed if they just had a bunch of faceless nurses in the original. Damn, I'm gonna have to reload my save. Was that supposed to be a jump scare as well? I can't get over that. I need to look at this again. Oh, they got like the old Congo hit. I suppose they've made it seem like a real hospital, but I think that was one of the charms of Silent Hill 2, is that many of the places just did not feel like real places. They were all so lonely and empty and stuff. I was really expecting him to do like a roundhouse kick. Like a Leon Kennedy roundhouse kick there. Well, so disappointed that you must be able to block. He can dodge. Go on, James. One more hit. a similar room, but just a shotgun in there. Nice. It feels more like the Resident Evil remake than it does feel like a Silent Hill game to me. Honestly, if you just didn't have the music from the original game playing in the background, I'm not sure I would be able to. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, that still felt a little limp. Let's listen to that back. I mean, I'm wearing some really nice headphones, but there was not much of a punch to that, unless it was like... I feel like they've overly compressed some part of it to quieten it down. I don't think the sound effect is bad. It just doesn't seem to have that kind of, like, you know, the level of volume you would expect from firing a shotgun in a tight hallway. It sounds like the sound effect sounds good, just the impact of it isn't very impactful, I guess. I like they pretty much got the same sound effect for the radio, but again, like all of this stuff just... anything that like really ties it to the original feels out of place to me. Well, that wasn't in the original. I'm glad that I think it's cool that you can switch on the fly, but because I suppose really at the end of the day, Silent Hill combat wasn't really about, you know, the games weren't about the combat. Oh, we're not going to go check that out? Come on. I think this is where it came to an end.
Laura.
Oh, the way the music just cut in there.
For me. And how do you know about Mary?
Mary's my friend. We met at the hospital last year.
Stop lying. Laura, I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
Fine! Don't believe me! See if I care!
Hey!
Let go!
I'm sorry, Laura, but I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
Look, just stay with me, okay? This is no place for a kid.
Fine. But there's something I gotta get.
Laura.
It's important.
What is it?
A letter. For Mary.
What?
I hid it. In there.
See that ominous door? Yeah. What I put in there is definitely behind it. They really have tried to make this more cinematic. Like...
You sure this is where you left it?
It's in the back. Behind an old pipe.
Okay, wait here. Open the door, Laura.
Why should I? I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh? Do ya?
Let me out of here, you little brat.
In your dreams, fart face.
Please open the door. There's something in here.
Sure there is. A big lying fart face. See a fart face?
Laura!
Okay, the fact that the additional... Sorry. Every time that feels like they've added dialogue to the game, it's not good. So, I don't know. It doesn't fit. Like, it's so weird. I don't know how to explain this. I think this is how the thing ends anyway, so we'll watch the trailer in a minute. Yeah, cool. Ah, Silent Hill 2. Yeah, I mean... it is hard to get excited over it, but we'll see what else there is. Okay, so let's watch. This is the actual release date trailer. We'll have a little look at this too. Because a lot of people are sparking controversy just over, you know, Angela's face. And I don't know, I don't really care very much about the specific character designs unless I think that it really, will make a huge difference to the way that the story is consumed. When, like, James has guilt written all over his face at the start of the game, then it's like, I reckon he's done something. Anything that gives it away. I learned recently that there was actually a beta or a very early version of Silent Hill 2 that just had, right at the start of the game, when James picks up the radio, Mary says to him, "Why did you kill me?" Which is just like, okay. Why would you include that? That just gives away that. I mean, there's not going to be very much of a reveal later, is there? If we already knew it was coming. But in terms of, I'm more interested in the way the dialogue is done, because like if the atmosphere doesn't work very well, then a lot of stuff, especially in a psychological horror game, in my opinion, is just not going to work very well.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it.
I know that she's supposed to be an awkward 19-year-old girl, but it really kind of betrays the original setup that made that first cutscene when you're talking to Angela so weird. Like, everyone kept on calling it David Lynch dialogue, and I guess it's true, because a lot of it does feel like a David Lynch film, which was great. That only made it better. Like, the more fluid and, like real people the dialogue is, the more, the less uncanny valley you're going to get.
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not.
He doesn't really seem like from this conversation alone, he doesn't really seem like a man on the edge, He just sort of like, oh, well, whatever, I'm going. It doesn't feel like that. He feels like so much less emotional than the James who feels like naive and easily misled in Silent Hill, the original game. Just...
I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Well, they do have slightly different designs for the nurses. That's pretty cool.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
Really going hard on Angela's story here. Yeah, who cares about the graphics though? It's not like the graphics that matter, it's the art design. Now this looks better. Let's have another look at this. Southvale. I do not remember Southvale from the game. But I guess I didn't read all the city maps names.
Hey, wait.
That's so fake. That's such a... Go back. That's such a...
Hey, wait. Hey, wait.
That is such a limp delivery on that line. This entrance feels more like a Silent Hill 1 thing where he's like following the trail of blood or whatever down the alleyway. I still can't get over that. There's no way that was in the original. There's no way they would have made something so blatantly obvious in the original. I know that I'm not playing it, but like from the atmosphere of just wandering around and looking at things, it doesn't feel the same. Like, they've got like gentle music playing in the background and, the sound of wind and stuff playing, and I would rather that it was just cold and dead. Like it, you know, giving it that isolated feel that you don't really get, it seems, in this. I don't know, I think that's what I would prefer, because it worked really well in the original. It does feel like they've just lifted the soundtrack straight from the original. Like, I really can't tell if there is any subtle differences in any of this. It just feels the same. But it doesn't feel like it fits, though.